Embracing imperfection, the power of being present, the illusion of perfection. Let's be honest. How many times have you caught yourself scrolling through someone's social media feed thinking, wow, they've really got it all together? The perfect body, the dream job, the stunning home, the constant glow up. It's like every post is whispering, you're not doing enough. You're not enough. This is the illusion of perfection, and it's everywhere. It's in the airbrushed photos, the flawless captions, the highlight reels we compare our behind-the-scenes to. It's fed to us through advertisements, influencer culture, even our own family's well-meaning expectations. Be the best. Don't make mistakes. Keep it together. But here's the truth no one posts. Behind that curated perfection is often exhaustion, self-doubt, and fear of being seen as human. This relentless pursuit of flawlessness turns into a voice in our heads, a ruthless inner critic that never lets us rest. It tells us we're not doing enough, not succeeding fast enough, not looking good enough. And worst of all, it tricks us into believing we're the only ones who feel this way. But perfection? It's a moving target, an illusion, a filter, not a foundation. And chasing it only robs us of the messy, magical, authentic moments that actually make life worth living. The cost of perfectionism. Here's the paradox. The more we chase perfection, the further we get from progress. Perfectionism isn't ambition, it's anxiety wearing a mask. It convinces us to delay our dreams until they're ready. It's that voice that says, don't submit that proposal yet. It's not good enough. Or, don't wear that outfit. You might get judged. It paralyzes us with over-preparation and self-criticism, keeping us locked in a loop of hesitation. It stifles creativity, too. Think about it. How can we innovate, play, or explore if we're terrified of getting it wrong? Some of the most groundbreaking ideas in history were born out of accidents, mistakes, even complete chaos. Creativity lives in the cracks, not in the polish. And let's talk about risk. Perfectionism whispers, stay safe. Don't try unless you can guarantee success. But real growth? That happens in the wild places, when we fall, stumble, improvise, and get back up again. Ultimately, perfectionism builds a cage. A beautiful, tidy cage lined with gold stars and A-plus performances. But it's still a cage. And the cost of staying in it is your joy, your freedom, and the deeply human experience of growing through your imperfections, not in spite of them. Embracing imperfection. The path to presence. There's something radically freeing about saying, I'm not perfect, and I never needed to be. It's like taking off a heavy mask you didn't even realize you were wearing. A mask that demanded you hide your flaws, downplay your pain, and pretend you've got it all figured out. Embracing imperfection isn't about giving up. It's about showing up, fully, honestly, and with open arms for who you truly are. Think about your quirks for a second. The little laugh you try to stifle. The birthmark you always hide. The weird way your brain connects ideas like no one else. These aren't glitches in your design. They're fingerprints of your uniqueness. They're what make your presence feel real, not rehearsed. When we embrace imperfection, we stop resisting ourselves. We begin to see our vulnerability not as weakness, but as the very thread that connects us to others. It says, hey, I struggle too. I don't have all the answers either, but I'm here, I'm learning, I'm growing. And that's powerful, because when you drop the need to be flawless, you make space for something even better. Authenticity. And authenticity is magnetic. It's what makes people feel safe around you, inspired by you, seen by you. From that place of radical self-acceptance, presence naturally arises. The benefits of being present. Let's zoom in on the now. Not the 5 tabs open on your computer. Not the list of things you forgot to do yesterday. Not the imaginary argument you're rehearsing in your head. Right here, right now. There's a deep, almost sacred beauty in the present moment. But it's easy to miss when our minds are racing to predict outcomes or replay regrets. We're physically here, but mentally everywhere else. Yet when we allow ourselves to slow down and truly arrive, something shifts. We notice the warmth in our coffee cup, the rhythm of our breath, the subtle emotion behind a loved one's words, the golden hue of the sky right before sunset. These aren't small things. They are life itself. And the more we cultivate this kind of presence, the more we realize joy isn't in the big achievements. It's in the daily, delicate, unscripted moments we're usually too distracted to notice. Presence also builds connection. When you're fully there for someone, not multitasking, not mentally checked out, but really there, people feel it. Relationships deepen. Conversations open up. And you begin to experience the richness of life not as a highlight reel, but as a living, breathing tapestry. So presence isn't just about peace. It's about power. The power to experience your life in full color, not as a distant blur. Living authentically, a call to action. Here's the truth. You were never meant to live life hiding behind a mask of perfection. You were meant to show up, with all your scars, stories, quirks, questions, and courage, and live fully. Living authentically doesn't mean having everything figured out. It means being willing to be seen as you are, not as who you think you're supposed to be. It's about waking up in the morning and deciding to be honest rather than impressive, brave rather than polished, real rather than perfect. So how do we begin? Start by treating yourself the way you treat the people you love. Would you criticize a friend for stumbling? Or shame someone you admire for having a bad day? Of course not. So why do we do it to ourselves? Practice self-compassion. When that inner critic starts to shout, respond with kindness. Remind yourself, I'm doing my best, and that is enough. Then begin sprinkling presence into your daily life. It doesn't have to be a full-hour meditation or a silent retreat. It could be one mindful breath before a meeting, 5 minutes journaling before bed, a quiet pause to feel the sun on your face or to listen, truly listen, to a loved one's voice. And most importantly, share your story. When you have the courage to speak openly about your imperfections, your insecurities, and your healing, you become a lighthouse for someone else navigating the same storm. You create a ripple of honesty, vulnerability, and connection that breaks through the noise of not enough. We need that. The world needs that. The world needs you. Not a version of you smoothed out by filters and fear, but the real, present, beautiful in your own way you. So here's your invitation. Let go of the pressure to be perfect. Show up as you are. Root yourself in the moment. And from that grounded place, live boldly, love deeply, and leave your unique mark on the world. Because life doesn't reward perfection, it rewards presence. And every time you choose to be present with your imperfect, radiant self, you are already winning. Now go. Be here. Be you. Be free. Are you ready to step into that kind of freedom? Let's begin. One present breath, one honest moment, one beautiful imperfection at a time.